Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the European Spring Championship, brought to you by ESL Heroes and Solid Jake and Kubi.
Jake, MS Paint Master Kolinsky.
You guys ready for this MS
Yeah.
Paint action? Because
it's happening. All right, so we got a draft going. This is Team Liquid up against Elysium Gaming.
Yep.
Game number 1. We are going to Battlefield of Eternity.
yeah, and
Jake, I want you to go into MS Paint, do your best Battlefield of Eternity drawing.
oh man,
Oh, that's good. Look at this. Jake is now Googling images. Look at this.
I'm trying to find one
Crispy.
that actually says Battlefield of Eternity.
All right, I'm going to walk you through the draft, guys, while this is happening. Liquid bans out Taronda. And we have a ban on Falstad from Elysium. That's an interesting one.
The normal draft client is broken, just so you all know.
And then a pick on Zagara. I like it.
Okay,
Pick Thrall.
back at it, boys.
And
So who banned Taronda?
we have a Taronda ban from Liquid.
Okay,
Good call. Yeah.
Followed by?
Okay. Ban Falstad. Look at this guy. He's got it. All right. So immediately you see really just trying to
first pick Zagara.
limit control. Yes. Trying to limit some of the control by taking Falstad out of the picture. This also leaves KT up. There he is. He does get picked up. We'll get to it in a second, guys. So with these draft websites lagging, we have to kind of improvise. So we get to see Jake's amazing MS Paint skills. Oh no, double draw!
It was lagging.
Hey, can happen. Abathur, clone, maybe. All right, so like I was saying before, last time we saw this Battlefield played. Get it?
Yep.
Last time we saw this map played, I was talking about Zagara. She's very, very strong in this map. Having that control vision of the middle, just a very, very nice asset to have. And I think it's part of the reason that Falstad was taken out. Being able to rotate quickly, top to bottom lane, or to get into position, quite strong as well. So I like that. It does leave open the KT pick. So they get Thrall KT. That is a strong combo. How does Team Liquid respond?
Okay, we got Tassadar,
Muradin. Muradin's still available, yeah. There it is. Wow, look at that. Are they going to go solo healer again? Probably not. Especially with Zagara.
It's possible, but it is risky, definitely. With leeching plasma, Kala's embrace, it's a good amount of support, but it's still not
It could
it's not the
happen.
same effect
It's not. Yeah, there's not
as like the other
same
supports.
leech. Like what leech talents are there for, or health? I guess just
Rapid incubation.
Yeah, rapid
and creep
incubation
spread
at 7.
in general. Creep spread gives her additional
That is true.
sustain.
All right, so bans on Sonya, ban on Karazim
Sonya was banned on which
by
team?
Elysium.
Elysium. She's probably listed as barbarian. No,
It's right there, next to the hammer.
I'm blind.
Haha. And ban on Karazim. Karazim is Karazim the top support? Sonya was banned.
Karazim is just really good. Oh, yeah. Thanks.
Oh.
Thank you. And then
Yeah, it seems like Karazim Uther. So we see so much more medic in NA.
yeah,
Not to say that we don't see Karazim, but it's not as like it's very, very popular over here. It's cool though.
okay. Uther will join Thrall and kill Thas. They need a warrior. ETC still on the table.
Mhm.
Seems like the good pickup here. Power slide plus Sundering. It's huge potential for a lot of
Johanna's
stuns.
been
But
doing well
yeah,
today, too.
but Joe, we've seen her paired with
Mhm.
with Thrall more frequently than ETC. I think.
Still, yeah, it's a lot of stuns for Elysium as well. Stuns and roots.
Pick ETC. All right. Time is up. Time is now, Kubi. Can't stop me because he's a cow.
It's true. Very, very true.
I'll find him.
Team Liquid is for sure. They need cleanse. They need a cleanse. Karazim out. Medic. I don't think Medic's the right call. I think you go Rhaegar. I think Team Liquid's going to pick Rhaegar for their support. Final damage dealer, they could go Raynor. Yeah, I think you go Raynor. I think it's going to be Raynor Rhaegar.
Raynor Rhaegar.
Raynor Rhaegar. That's my guess for the last 2 picks. I like Raynor.
Kubi, if you're going to say Raynor Rhaegar, I have to say that's composition where Bloodlust could work.
Stop. Just. I didn't wake up early on my Saturday to listen to you talk about Bloodlust. It's not on my list of things to do.
Gosh. I don't know. The return of Stitches could mean the return of Bloodlust, too.
All right, so Relentless Leader. Chris was talking about this on Town Hall Wednesday, saying it makes very frequent appearances in EU, especially against the stun comp. Like, it's very good against ETC. Quite difficult to play against a Raynor that has this. So I feel like it's going to be a Raynor, and I say Rhaegar. They need a cleanse. They need a safe support. I don't think Medic is that choice. The argument for Medic Raynor is possible.
There's Raynor. Medic, I think Medic's okay in this composition.
Medic isn't bad. You definitely need to go Raynor though.
They did.
Yeah.
So that's convenient.
It's Rhaegar. Rhaegar's my first pick, and then I think Medic could work. Like, she still gets cleanse. It's not giving up a lot for that. She has Stim Drone for Muradin. Raynor, actually, morally, it's kind of even. I'm okay with either.
Malf wouldn't be terrible.
No, Malf is. I don't like Malf.
But
Give up too much for cleanse.
Yeah.
Doesn't have enough self-safety. Doesn't have a huge synergy.
Stitches.
What?
Lone support Tassadar. They're going Stitch again. Now, I mean, self-sustain on Muradin, self-sustain on Stitches, self-sustain on Raynor, and Zagara's, I mean, with rapid incubation increase, right? It's not the worst. So Tassadar, I mean, the leeching, we're definitely going to see Collars of Race, leeching plasma, prescience, dimensional warp. It's a very, very obvious build.
All right. Yeah, and I realized we were talking about Tassadar last time. We were like, going nuts. Yeah, I realized that Tassadar solo support is a thing.
God, I love this return of Stitches, though. It's so it's so freaking cool.
Yeah, Chris was definitely talking about it, too, that they do play solo support Tassadar. I didn't realize how common it was. But we're seeing it.
All right, Paula, last pick.
You got 2 warriors there. I wonder if... Are we going to start seeing a lot more auto-attack Vala? Is that going to be a thing?
If this kind of meta of like heroes like Stitches and stuff becoming more prominent.
Yeah, there's a lot of peel for her too. Like, that's the big thing that you need for Vala if you're going to go auto attack. Like, she can really dish out huge damage numbers, but she needs a lot of peel in those cases.
True.
Like, she has to get in close to do that. All right, but you have ETC, Uther, you have Gravity Laughs, you have Sundering.
And you made the case last time on Battlefield of Eternity when it comes to fighting those immortals, you want all that addition. It's so much more damage output for burning through the immortals quickly.
Absolutely. And that in itself puts the threat on the enemy team to make engagements. Now, that said, they have Stitches and Muradin. You also have Tassadar also on this battleground. I'm not a huge fan of that. It's difficult to make Force Wall work. It can work. It's just you gotta be a little more particular about the setups for it.
If my overlay is any indication, it looks like Stitches is Hook and Vala's Cloak. So maybe that's something that we're going to see in the future. Some of these big hooks.
Yeah. All right. We're going in.
Game number 1 between Team Liquid and Elysium Gaming on Battlefield of Eternity. You can see the compositions there. There is a little bit more accurate graphic than my makeshift MS Paint. I drew all of those pictures
live. Did. I got to give you credit. You really do
hard.
have. Is there like a green, like a green thumb for a gardener? What is the equivalent for the for the artist, the artiste? What is that called? The golden pen. I don't. Like, what is that for an artist?
I think you'd probably give a golden pen to a writer more than an artist.
Oh yeah. Okay, fine. So the golden paintbrush, whatever it is, it's gotta be golden. Someone in chats could be like,
golden's like not artistic enough. It would have to be like the magenta paintbrush, like some obscure color.
The cyan. Guys, it's blizzard status outside.
It is.
We're getting snow.
It is white.
We are finally getting snow.
It is white in the night.
It's still early.
What a delight.
Oh, because we're casting EU, it's nighttime now?
Yeah.
That's how it works.
That's how it works. We're in Europe.
Okay, all right, calm down. Calm down. All right, let's get into it. Game number 1 between Team Liquid and Elysium.
Oh, I want to do this because I want to see if I can pronounce it right.
Yes, go ahead.
All right, Chris playing as Raynor. Lowell playing Emerden. Yuva?
Yeah, you got it.
Yuva, yeah! Playing as Stitches. Gertimerd playing Tassadar. And I missed Shad on Zagara.
We're on the right side for Elysium. We have Zarganas for Kildas. Mitch is on Uther. Dirty Swede on Vala. Mondirk on Thrall. And Saka?
Dude, you ever try a dirty Swede?
Jake. I'm not even going there. Not going there. Someone help.
Okay, Liquid in the middle of the map. Let's take a look at the Talons Hungry for More. Has not been picked up this game. They went for Chew Your Food. A kind of a variant here that we're seeing. And Vala will not be going for the auto textile. She's actually going for the multi-shot build, just going for that AoE damage. Tassadar will struggle to keep up with that. As a lone support Tassadar, things like Strafe and multi-shot build can really start to get a lot more value.
I'm not like against Vala as a hero in the meta, but usually I feel like we just go boom. Thrall is dead. So yeah, Vala is a hero to me that's just it's a very safe pick, but I feel like there's usually a better choice in terms of like achieving a specific goal. Anytime you go like multi-shot, like I would have been very happy with an auto attack style here. I feel like multi-shot may end up being a little lackluster with the pick, and I'm trying to think who would be the better choice. Was Jaina banned out? I forget already. If she wasn't, then it's like. Anyway, we won't dwell on it too much. But if Jaina was,
I hit the hotkey and my computer apparently needs to be replaced.
Oh no!
There we go. 10 years later, no Jaina, not picked.
I feel like Jaina's a better. I don't know. I feel like Jaina's a better call.
Okay,
well, in that case, we'll see. We'll see how it pans out.
We will see. All right, Hook does end up connecting on ETC. Looked a little wonky, but Stormbolt from Murden just going to connect on ETC as well. Not nearly enough damage. Uther's got those big heals available. And Saka just going on in and face-checking that bush, revealing the locations. A lot of damage on Tassadar. Gravity Lapse is dodged by Dimensional Shift. Well done. The hook is... That was weird.
You can hear the horns going off in the back, Jake. It's your favorite ETC outfit. Makes some very odd noises in the background.
I giggle every time I hear it.
There it is. Blizzard, well played.
Man, remember when we used to hear those?
Yep. It's always ETC.
Yeah,
man.
they changed that. I think. I don't think that exists anymore, but it's got some weird audio files. That's for sure. They're starting to try to push into this Immortal. Zagara did rotate down and threw down her minions at the top Immortal, the red Immortal, and
Murden, can he get out? He gets a shield.
Lowell
It's like your 7-year-old son just like upstairs with that awful trumpet that you just bought him that his uncle gave him. It's like, here you go, son, try to learn to play an instrument. It's like, that's what ETC is doing in the middle of team fights.
All right, well,
so distracting.
So Shad was able to get the entire first half health bar down on his own while maintaining the experience in the top lane. Oh, I like that hook from to the Fallen Shaman. They pull it in. That's such a big play. Normally, this window, it's hard to take full advantage of like the mercenary camps and safely capture the giant, but they aggro the camp and they're going to be able to get a nice split push. Fallen Shaman marching down to the bottom lane with this Immortal.
See how it pans out. They have a very solid experience late at this point. Sending Zagara up top lane. Again, that matchup that we've seen so many times. Thrall Zagara. But they're focusing their efforts on this bottom lane. Yuva trying to get the sneaky hook in the bottom. I don't think that would have amounted to a kill, but definitely takes away from a good bit of their defense if they pull somebody. Dirty Sweet, very low in the mana. If he gets hooked, that is no fault.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Not
Power
going to the
slide
Olympics this
forward
time.
onto Yuva, doing a lot of damage, but Chew Your Food really paying dividends with the big heal. Hook connects on that wall. Very unfortunate for Stitches, and the Dwarf Toss in from Lowell. Going forward, Saka hit by Stormbolt, and he is out.
Okay, they don't need to aggress too much further. If you get that fort on the first mortal phase, yes.
Yeah, and Chad, up here in the top lane, just creeping up. He got a lot of damage, full level lead for Team Liquid, and we're seeing Piercing Bolt, Tenderizer. Tenderizer's been 100% pick in this tournament?
Yeah, I think so. I'm trying to remember the other options he has. Does he get?
I haven't played Stitches in a long time. I played them once.
Yeah,
in the new patch,
you just get so much CC out of just your auto attacks, which are dealing more damage now too. So you compare that up with the slow you get off the Putrid Bile. It's just a great combo. I almost always see it picked.
I need to leave.
Jake is like jumping out of his everything.
I like literally stood up and walked away. Kui, you were telling me about your uncle that gave you a trumpet.
Yeah,
when was that?
I just threw out a scenario. I never have owned a trumpet.
Yeah, you did. How bad are you at the trumpet?
Oh, that's pretty bad.
Yuva with the nice hook there.
Blizzard can't do this.
Boy.
All right, well, yeah, just some nice pressure in. Yuva's taking a lot of damage, not hit by the wolf there. From Thrall, but Gravity Left's connecting. A lot of damage going down. The Shields of Tassadar seem to be sufficient at this point in time. But they're just continuing that siege. Another 10 seconds at this point until we have the Immortals. Oh my goodness, a max range hook. Dwarf Toss over the wall, but Lowell not going to be able to get that Stormbolt down onto Mondurk.
Mondurk. It's a great name. It's a great name. All right, so Jake, answer this question. Do you think this is the map, the Battleground, where you get the least amount of regen globes?
Probably. Yeah, that's a good point. But also, with Lone Support Tassadar too, your food is going to be really crucial to staying alive, I think. I mean, notice he's just full on, like, as much healing as he can get. So.
Yep.
All right, stun there onto Lowell, and he's able to Dwarf Toss to safety. They were able to get nearly half the health down on this Immortal early on. So that's a nicely done. Mitch pulled in from the hook, but he's not going to end up falling here.
That sounded a little better.
It's blues. That was like...
That sounded a little better.
He's improving.
He's getting there.
He's improving.
ETC. But, like, he's 2 guitars strapped to his back. Like, what? Like, why?
Which one's he using?
None of them. It sounds like a trumpet.
Yeah, that was totally a saxophone or something.
God.
Oh, man.
All right, they're invading. About 3/4 of a level out until I get to the level 10. It's going to be a very critical breaking point, and they have half this Immortal down.
Oh, Shad a bit out of position that we can see with the power slide. So much damage. The Shields of Tassadar are not going to be enough, and Shad ends up falling. This Immortal is rather low, but suddenly there is an advantage finally for Elysium, and level 10 is not quite here for Liquid quite now.
For sure. This is how they need to turn this around. They need to get these picks like this. But what can they do with it? They have a lot of ground to cover. They are not going to be able to take this Immortal down, especially with the defense of Liquid before Zagara gets back, right? So, and this is the right play from Liquid. You just defend, poke. They're even taking this camp right now. Zagara's going to be able to get back. They're essentially
this is
forfeiting.
Also really smart. They're just like, we need to catch up in XP.
Yeah.
Let's soak the lanes.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, Lowell by himself. He knows he can poke and save because of the Dwarf Toss. Sokka makes his way down. Liquid, now that they have all 5 members up, they actually first grab the Fallen Shaman camp, and they're going to get ready to re-engage and quickly eliminate this Immortal, especially now that they have their Heroics.
That's going to be a big Immortal. Yeah. Easily going to take out this fort, probably the front wall of the keep as well, especially with this Heroic advantage, these camps being taken.
It's so greedy, but they have the Heroics.
I don't think it's not greedy. It's not. It's really not. They have force wall. Like, they can really force some bad positioning.
That's true. That's a good point.
We'll see what ends how. They're going to try to invade. They might not know about it just yet. They know now.
This is tough. Almost max power, Immortal, Heroic advantage, and double Fallen Shaman camp pushing in opposite lanes.
This could be bad. No, I thought they were setting up for an interesting hook. Like I said, easily this fort going down.
Yeah, not even a second thought there, just melting away. Almost have those Heroics. You see Elysium is rotating up for this defense. They want to keep this keep alive. Jawa, I almost had, man, I've been so good at this game. Yuva with the hook over the wall.
You just got to poke and defend, play it safe. They don't, they have the composition with a lot of stuns in it, but they have to wait till they have the right footing to make this thing. There's no way to keep this keep alive. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
They're going for it, but man, they split up very nicely. There's
triple man maw. Putrid Bile is active, and Liquid is on a killing spree. Three, make that 4. Divine Shield has been used, but I don't know if it even matters. Here comes, the Immortal still in about full health. Thrall is going to get pulled back. Mitch is just...
Wow. We're having some like really fast games.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be a really good match, to be honest. Elysium, I mean, I've seen them put out some great games, but Liquid, this new roster is really, really decisive when it comes to their engagements. And the Stitches play, he has not lost a game yet.
Is that true?
That is true.
You're right.
4-0 for Stitches today.
I love it. Love it.
Wow.
That was a godlike Maw.
Yeah, it was a game-winning Maw.
They
were in a good spot.
They were in a great spot.
Ended the game.
Yeah,
like,
that would straight up ended the game. Yeah, you could see the positioning was so good right at the end there, because ETC was like, all right, we got to make something happen, boys. You see him dash in, and the team's just like, pfft. The police are here! Woo! Everyone just runs into
Party's
like,
over, boys!
Yeah, everyone's like diving out of windows in the back of the house and stuff.
It's like watching.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it was, but like they split so well. There was no he was going to catch one hero with any mosh pit. That was the best they could hope for in that situation. Everyone's trying to follow up. They're running up to the ETC to like try to catch any kind of advantage they can off of that mosh pit. Maw. See you later. Like that's it. You're done. So well played. Well played.
Well, next game we'll be on Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Yes,
We're going to get that lobby ready to roll, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes. Stay tuned.